Hello, my name is Mary Green. It's nice to meet you.
Well, my name's Professor Charlie Cork, and I'm one of the doctors in the team looking after you, Mary.
Hello, Professor Cork. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for looking after me.
It's been a pleasure looking after you, Mary, and what I'd like to do today, with your permission, is to talk to you about what we might do if and when you come back into hospital with this chest again.
I'm ready to hear what you have to say about my treatment options.
The problem is that your lungs are getting quite bad now, Mary, and I am concerned that you're going to come back. And I'd like to make sure that when you come back, we do treatment that you want and we don't do anything to you that you wouldn't want.
I understand, Professor Cork. It's important to me that any treatment aligns with my wishes and values. I'd like to know more about what options are available and how they might affect my quality of life.
Okay, Mary. Well, can I just go back to just reviewing the treatment that we gave you this time to see how you felt about that? So I understand you had that tight-fitting mask in the intensive care.
Yes, of course. I appreciate you checking in with me about the treatment.
That tight mask you had in intensive care, Mary, how did you feel about that? Is that something that you'd be prepared to have again?
I found the intensive care experience quite challenging. I'm not sure I'd want to go through that again.
What about the tight mask in particular? Did that seem to help?
The tight mask was uncomfortable, and I didn't feel like it helped much with my breathing.
Okay, fair enough, Mary. Perhaps if I can change tack and ask you a little bit about how things are at home and how you're managing at home at the moment.
At home, I manage to get by, but it's becoming increasingly difficult due to breathlessness. Simple tasks leave me exhausted, and I'm worried about how much longer I can maintain my independence.
I can understand that, Mary. If you couldn't remain at home, would you be prepared to be looked after in a nursing home?
I really want to avoid going into a nursing home if possible. The thought of losing my independence and dignity is something I find very difficult to accept.
Mary, can I just ask something a little bit confronting? If it was a case of being able to save you your life, but that you couldn't go home and would need to go to a nursing home, would you want me to save you?
That's a really tough decision for me. I value my independence and dignity greatly, and the thought of being in a nursing home is very difficult for me to accept. I'd like to understand more about the potential outcomes and quality of life before making such a decision.
So, can I put a proposal to you that the next time you come in, we don't send you to the intensive care unit? We do give you treatment to help your breathing and see if we can improve things. And if we can't improve things, then we focus on keeping you comfortable.
I appreciate your proposal. Focusing on treatments that help my breathing without going to the intensive care unit sounds more in line with what I'm comfortable with.
Okay, Mary. Can we stop the conversation there, please?
Of course, Professor Cork. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
Well, I'd like you to give me feedback on the conversation, if you could, please.
Thank you for asking for feedback. From the perspective of Mary, I felt that you showed genuine concern and empathy throughout our conversation. You were respectful and attentive to my feelings and preferences, which made me feel comfortable discussing sensitive topics. From a communication content expert's perspective, your introduction was clear, and you asked for permission before delving into difficult subjects, which is important in building trust. Your language was understandable without using jargon, and you maintained a good pace, allowing time for reflection. You didn't interrupt or talk over me, which helped maintain rapport. Overall, your approach was compassionate and respectful of my autonomy in decision-making. If there is anything else you'd like to know or discuss further, please let me know.
Well, Mary, I'm keen to improve my communication skills. Can you give me one thing that I should focus on to improve?
Thank you for asking, Professor Cork. From my perspective as Mary, I felt that you did a good job of explaining the situation and respecting my wishes. One area for improvement could be ensuring there's ample opportunity for me to express my thoughts and concerns without feeling rushed. This helps build trust and ensures I'm comfortable sharing more openly. From a communication content expert standpoint, your approach was generally clear and respectful. However, it might be beneficial to avoid any compound questions or hesitancy in speech, which can sometimes make the conversation less fluid. Overall, maintaining a steady pace with pauses for reflection would enhance our interaction further.
Mary, had I given you more time to tell me things, what would you have told me?
I want any future treatments to align with my values and ensure my dignity is respected. It's important for me to avoid aggressive treatments that may not improve my quality of life.
And what is dignity to you, Mary?
Dignity, to me, means maintaining my independence and being able to make decisions about my own care. It's also about being treated with respect and not having to rely on others for basic needs in a way that feels degrading.
And would you go and live with your son, if you had to?
I appreciate the thought, but I wouldn't want to live with my son. I believe he should focus on his own family, and I agree with his wife that it wouldn't work out well for us.
What do you mean, Mary? You agree with his wife that it wouldn't work out well for you?
Living with Simon and his family wouldn't be the best option for any of us. I think it's important for them to focus on their own lives, and I'd prefer to maintain my independence as much as possible.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Mary.